149 proof Isla.
If I drink this, there's an obscure letter of the law that should make it completely fine. But if he drinks this, it's a felony. You're gonna want, don't. So I recently saw this old video of somebody redistilling cheap scotch on an air still. They're officially for water distillation. Fair enough. Okay, a little bit of an issue. It exploded.
What happened to you? You really?
I
knew it.
I'm pretty sure he's not in the US because you can't distill spirits in the States outside of a licensed DSP, that's Distilled Spirits Plant.
Oh.
Yeah.
It smells delicious, actually. This is awesome.
But here's the real problem with what we're working with. Redistilling another brand's spirit, something you just bought at a liquor store, that's a serious no-no. Until I found an obscure clause in the federal code that nobody knows about that takes this from a felony to experimental R&D. So for our first bit of R&D, we're going to be redistilling Ardbeg 10, that classic Isla Scotch. We're going to break it down to its component parts, hopefully make some cuts on a very simple still, and get some insights for the projects that we're doing with the community. Because it's not a felony and I can finally do it. So excited. So the first issue we got to figure out is this piece of equipment. It wasn't designed for ethanol spirits. You can pull spirits out of this to separate the ethanol from the water, but this was made to purify water. So I'm pretty sure this still is going to go through all of it, including the water if we let it. I mean, honestly, if we can just get cuts out of here so we can see what is happening at various proofs. These have to be labeled very specifically. This is for R&D. Can't come visit Crowded Barrel here in Austin and then get a sample of this stuff. And now it's kicking off. Now we're getting a nice steady flow. And I want to know how much of that meaty, thick, salty, brandy Ardbeg character comes through. This is not sponsored by, this is not a collab, this is not endorsed by Ardbeg. After the results come through, the taste test, comparing it to an actual Ardbeg 10. So this isn't without precedent. We have redistilled aged whiskey before. I think we did a 15-year-old whiskey that we ran back through our large pot still. Phoenix is crystal clear, but also 15 years old. This is different though. Most professionals in the spirits industry, they're familiar with something called transfer and bond. It's how one distillery sources spirits from another distillery. It's very common. We originally sourced that 15-year-old whiskey from another distillery with transfer and bond. But what if you just wanted to do a little bit of R&D, a little experimentation, a little exploration with the whiskey you grabbed off a liquor store shelf? Okay, the details matter a lot. It's not just the devil in the details, it's the devil on Adderall with a magnifying glass, counting the number of times you blink in a minute. And this is a highly regulated industry, so yes, it is important for us to be compliant. I'm talking specifically about the official code of federal regulations. 27 CFR section 19.452, return of tax-paid spirits to bonded premises. To destroy the spirits, to denature the spirits, to redistill the spirits. Very niche. Few professionals even know about it. Not transfer and bond, it's return to bond. And it's the obscure bit of law that's going to allow us to do small scale, highly controlled and meticulously recorded experiments with any whiskey that is tax paid. Like 95% sure. This is the first cut, if this thing is even capable of making cuts. R&D not for resale.
This episode is sponsored by Helix!
Okay, look, these are premium mattresses customized to fit your needs, conveniently shipped to your door. But if a full-on mattress isn't something that you are ready for right now,
yeah, you're not ready.
Helix now has mattress toppers. These are things that you put on mattresses that need a little bit of help.
Dude.
The issue is, just about everybody here owns a Helix. So for us to put a topper on a Helix,
it's not necessary.
It's not a thing.
It's not necessary.
We were asking around and we realized our operations manager doesn't own a Helix.
We took over his domain.
So we go to his place, we set up the topper, and he has a very cheap mattress. He set it up, he slept on it. He came in here this morning. All right, here he is. So you just walked in, I made you stop mid-sentence.
I said Helix mattress topper is a game changer. Completely changed my bed. Because the thing's like 5-6 inches.
And whenever we went to your place, you already had a mattress
I
topper
did.
trying to improve that junky
It
mattress. So this is a superior mattress topper.
Absolutely. And I told my wife, and she's super excited.
You're welcome.
Highly, highly recommend.
So the way that you're getting hooked up with the Helix to get the right recommendation for you, you're going to be taking a sleep quiz. There's 20 different mattresses that they have, these core line mattresses, and they're going to be recommending the one for you. And now with the toppers involved, if a full-on Helix is not something that you're ready for, get yourself a freaking Helix topper.
Get a top.
They're minimum. 10-year warranties. Also, they have flexible financing options. They have a Wesper sleep study.
They got the statistics.
They got stats.
82% of participants saw an increase in their deep sleep cycle. Participants on average achieved 25 more minutes of deep sleep per night, 39 more minutes of overall sleep per night.
You want to check this out, you want to go to helixsleep.com/whiskey. You're going to get 20% off. Oh, there's a spring savings event, 20% off site-wide.
20%.
helixsleep.com/whiskey.
Boom.
Okay, a little bit of an issue. This apparently will build up enough pressure and heat. Just now, this lifted up, stayed lifted, and just spewed everywhere. You can smell this so intensely. It's like the saltiest ham that you've ever smelled. As this goes on, it gets more and more intense. Like the room is filled with it, it's everywhere. So we made a huge mess. We need to relabel those.
PD-ass whiskey up in there.
It does smell like PDS whiskey.
Why is it splashing so much?
It
What
exploded.
happened in here?
You really?
It just
I knew
sprayed.
it.
We're gonna be tasting this pretty soon.
When are we gonna be tasting it?
Okay. Also realize something, Sonny, you can't drink this.
No.
Technical criteria, the letter of the law, it is very clear. They have to be employees of the distillery on bonded property, meticulous record keeping. You can't. I probably shouldn't even smell it. Just do us a solid. Yep. Just for compliance purposes. There you go. It's compliance.
Is this what you wanted from me?
I don't know if I want to. I just have like a need to.
You're gonna want don't. Not even on camera. Don't.
Oh, it smells awesome over here.
One of the reasons why we're doing these types of experiments, it's a crowdsourced distillery exploring what whiskey is capable of. So in the Patreon, we have people designing whiskeys, award-winning whiskeys. We're making, we're blending, we're finishing. But part of that exploration, that experimentation is leaning into the things that you don't know. The R&D clause that I found in here for the return to bond, like this is freaking amazing. It opens up so many doors and so many opportunities for us to experiment and explore what whiskey is capable of, pull back the curtain, bringing you into that experience of what's going on in here. I don't know what this is gonna do, man. Look, in videos, we often play fast and loose with the details. It's more fun, it's arguably more entertaining, it's definitely less tedious. For example, the top comment in our recent Salting Out video had a lot of people convinced that this jar with an exothermic reaction was heating up and about to explode, but this jar is getting very hot. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna let some of the heat out because I don't want it to explode. Those kinds of details often don't make the cut, but behind the scenes, it's controlled chaos. We have the bases covered. This though, there's a lot of bases. We always try to be compliant. There's actually a person on staff whose main job is to just keep everything in line with the rules, and just the record keeping it's a lot. This is still getting a little bit of drips, but this is plenty to taste.
They say to wait 20 minutes before opening it.
Yeah, that's nice. I don't got 20 minutes. I got now. Where'd those gloves go? This is still simmering.
Dude, it smells so good.
The smell on this Redistilled Ardbeg tin. Before we even dive in, let's test the proof on this.
149.5.
Okay.
That's...
You know what? If we're experimenting in ways to raise the proof, if you put it in a still, that'll get you there.
That'll do it.
Yeah, we're very science adjacent here. So we're gonna take out little samples because that is one of the legal criteria, is it has to be just small tasting samples. You're limited to the quantity. Buckle up because the proof is gonna be mile high.
Well, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's not burning the nose hairs out of my nose holes.
And also it doesn't have that briny, meaty,
No,
funky.
it's almost a little bit fruity. There's like an almost vanilla and then a salty fruit. Okay.
That's Isla on the taste.
Yeah.
Salty carried through.
Obviously, yes.
Like the smoky, meaty stuff didn't really show up. I'm suspecting that's lower in the tails.
That's
but
freaking good, though.
yeah.
149 proof Isla. Chef's kiss.
Let's see the proof in this next sample. All right, so 144. This tracks. So I think we can actually make cuts with that little air still.
Yeah. Well, let's see if there's a difference, though.
What are you doing, glass lady?
Rick!
Sample number 2. There's enough to sample, and you can go back and forth between the two.
Okay. Oh, this one had a change.
And more bready?
Like more of a soggier mashed up of bread and fruit, and
Yeah.
this one's more crisp
There's a sweeter
and just salty fruit.
There's a sweeter
That's wild.
pastry note. In the second cut,
Dang.
still mile high proof.
Dude.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Oh, I got the proof kick in that one at the end.
Oh, and there's like a nuttiness on the finish.
So good.
Even just this early, how
is
much
so
difference?
good.
I'm not getting the meatiness, no, that meaty funk. The nose is tracking very differently from
Yes.
the taste on both of these things.
Yes!
The nose,
Yes!
the nose, it's coming across a lot lighter.
It is stripping it down to its layers, though. it
Yeah,
feels
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. We're dissecting Isla at really high.
Which is so sick.
Also, there we go, number 2. Beautiful, you're still doing stuff there.
Test that proof.
Right there. This is number 3. This is,
The fruit's dialed back.
yeah, tame for sure. I'm not getting like a smoked ham. It's starting to get into ham cold cuts.
You think it's getting hammy in here?
Yeah, very slight foothold with the ham cold cuts.
Oh, like lunch meat?
Yes.
I'm getting you a slight whiff of some lunch meat at the supermarket.
Dude.
Woo!
Okay.
Woo!
Salty.
That is a weird mouthfeel on that one for me.
Yeah.
I feel like this all went immediately evaporated to the roof of my mouth, on the back of my throat.
It's like 90% just that salty layer.
That was weird. I didn't hate it.
Proof 129.85. Yep, we're tracking down. But, you know, these slight proof differences, the flavor.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Different. Glass! Glass.
I'm Cosmo Crema, the glass man.
Glass man! All right.
This is.
Whoa. Here's the meat for me. Burnt end meat.
Okay. Okay. No, I'm getting like a custard type of.
I'm at Meat Nation. I feel like this is an ice cream that decided to, instead of putting sprinkles on top, put chunks of brisket on top. And that's freaking awesome smelling. Yeah.
Oh, there's a burnt quality to that.
There's those burnt ends on that brisket.
Yeah, the brisket burnt ends.
I'm telling you, dude, it's in there and it's.
Okay.
This is awesome.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do this for so long
Why haven't we done this?
because.
Oh, because everybody said it's illegal.
But the return to Bond, but the reason why it's obscure is because most distilleries aren't looking to get other whiskeys off the shelf. Certainly not going to feature a competing brand's distillery, but
Fart. I'm a professional lady. With my glasses.
first we're testing the proof.
So this is 101, yeah.
We made Ardbeg 101. Again, it's not Ardbeg.
Can I smuggle this in a suitcase if I go to Scotland?
You can smuggle anything as long as you don't get caught.
Artisan cheese.
Almost like a smoked cheese, like a
Yeah, it's like a smoked Gouda.
Gouda. Yeah.
An artisan cheesy smoked old dove. All right, I'm thinking this is gonna be one.
You're waiting for it to come up. Yeah, 91 proof. Okay.
I'm a professional lady.
Man,
Let's get with the sampling.
I want to keep track of the order.
Oh, it's a lot more subtle on the palate though.
Yeah, a lot softer with the ethanol. Smokiness almost to the point where it's like getting to that char.
Surprisingly subtle.
Oh,
There's more
Yeah.
of the crispiness of the charcoaly burnt ends.
yeah. There's a salty character from the higher proofs. And this, you notice?
Is that murky?
Cloudy, low proof.
56.6. Is it worth even trying?
We found the tails. Oh, man. Oh, God.
Oh.
Yeah. There's the funk.
Oh, gosh. That's
Yeah.
like, well, do I hate it? I don't know. It's got burnt popcorn quality. Kind of what I imagine cat poop coffee smells like before they process it.
So just cat poop.
Yeah. Are you gonna try it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you drink cat poop.
It's like a feet quality.
Oh, interesting.
Sweet feet that are walking through burnt croissant crumbs? I don't know, man.
It was like an outside foot. Who doesn't love a good parking lot foot every now and then?
There are elements that only come from age that carry through that redistillation process,
Yeah.
which is very cool.
That's awesome.
I want to do one more experiment.
Okay.
This is all coming out crystal clear.
Yeah.
Where do you think the brown's going?
I didn't really think about it. What brown stuff?
So we're going to take one bottle of whiskey, pour it in there, distill it all the way out, and then pour that back in, recombine it with all of the coloring,
Right.
and see how close it is to that sample we set aside.
Okay.
Okay, this is ready. This is the sample we pulled off. It's a 100 milliliter sample. The Ardbeg is a 46% ABV. One bottle of Ardbeg going through the air still. This brought everything through the still this time. This is a 45 ABV. So yeah, we're right there. All of the ethanol, all the water. That's why the proof is very similar. What was once Ardbeg tin.
It smells delicious, actually. I thought it was gonna be weird.
Burnt toffee. Okay, this is all going back in. We're gonna swish this around.
Kind of got like a burnt granola, like a honey granola.
A little swish action.
It worked.
Okay.
It's so brown. You're not.
And there's a funnel. How dare you? Meeting its color once again. That looks like Ardbeg.
Yeah, right? It's darker.
Now, keep in mind, this is a much thinner glass, so it's gonna look like it's a lighter color, but on stills like this, the bottom starts to burn any type of solids that are in there. So if those solids got burned or charred, that would throw off the flavor potentially. Also it'd throw off a darker color. This Ardbeg has been through the ringer.
Yes.
You wanna do a little taste test?
Oh, there's a weird smell in there.
Yeah.
There's definitely there's a funk.
So the original Ardbeg?
Yeah. Okay.
The I'm so sorry Ardbeg.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It definitely lost. It's definitely, you know, when there's a movie and somebody dies and then you're like, I want them to come back to life and the wish is granted, but they come back really weird and like scary looking. That's what this is.
It is. But one thing the color did add,
Yeah.
whenever we switched it around, it made it better than just the white distillate coming out of the redistilled Ardbeg. It improved it.
It did
Recombining
help.
it with it helped.
You can recognize it,
Yeah.
but you're like, go back to being dead.
We got paperwork to do now. There we go.